How's it going, everyone? My name is Jim, and welcome to FSD Driver. Today, we're in downtown Minneapolis. We just left a parking ramp from the Twin Stadium, and we are basically driving home. Now, the car is doing its FSD thing, and it gets into a traffic jam, and it handles it pretty well. There is only one intervention I need to take over because the car basically can't figure out what lane it needs to go into because traffic is moving so slow and I have to break it out. Now, I've never really been in a traffic jam with FSD because I don't really go in this direction. I don't really go into the cities too often. But for this drive, I have to do this weird thing where I take the highway one direction and I need to get off an off ramp, cross the bridge, and then go back down the highway. So in this drive, you'll see both sides. Again, we're in Minneapolis, then we'll drive all the way through St. Paul, and then we'll drive all the way to our destination, which is Culver's. That's what we're eating for dinner tonight. So I hope you guys enjoy. As always, I'm going to speed up the film and I'll slow it down when we come into those interventions. So we're coming up on our first intervention. It is a merger onto the 94 East lane. We need to be in the left-hand lane. We can't be in the right-hand lane. The reason we can't be in the right-hand lane is because there's a sign that says this is only a Dunwoody exit. We need to be in the east exit, so that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get the car into its correct lane so it can take the correct exit. However, these cars typically take the least resistance on the highway. So what it's trying to do is figure out, well, this is a slow lane. I need to merge around this car and go. But we can see right here, these are exit onlys. So if you stay in that lane, nobody's going to let you in at the last second to take the exit you need to take. The reason why this exit is slow is because there's another traffic jam on the ramp that we're about to take. Now, the car does its second intervention here, where it's actually going to try to go into the right lane, which is not our exit, but again, it's the least resistance. So, what we have to do is we have to break out of it and we have to go back into our lane. Once we make this decision right here, I believe the car kind of has a zero intervention the rest of this drive. Again, I'll speed up the film, and if I have any more interventions, I'll slow it down and explain those. All right, guys, so I'm going to have an intervention right here. The car puts its blinker on to move over into the fast lane, and I actually didn't touch the wheel. I didn't touch the brake pedal. I didn't do anything. The car put its blinker on, and it didn't go over into the left lane. And so I just ignored it because that happens all the time. And I didn't even notice until now that full self-driving actually disengaged. And I didn't have a slowdown, I didn't have anything. And so what I did is I single pulled again and it re-engaged the full self-driving on the highway stack. So very interesting. I could never recreate this. This has never happened before, so I don't know if it's just a glitch or a bug in the system. But I wouldn't base this drive and say, hey, this happens all the time. That's the first time it's happened. Now, putting your indicator light to go in the left lane or the right lane and then not actually doing it, that's where I become kind of numb to this, where I don't look at my screen anymore when it doesn't just take the exit because I'm so used to that. Or if I put my blinker on and it just kind of doesn't do anything and then it starts driving straight, I don't let that phase me anymore because I know, hey, this is just a problem that it has sometimes. Again, this goes back to previous videos where I said, if the car needs to actually move over, it should have its indicator light on. Even if it can't make the turn, it should keep its indicator light on to let everybody know behind you, hey, this guy still wants to move over. There just wasn't space. It shouldn't just shut off the indicator light. I can't explain that pass part of the car turning its indicator light on, not moving over, and then just kind of turning off FSD because it didn't give me any warnings. It didn't give me any dings. It just shut itself off. And then I noticed while we were getting towards the bridge that, oh, like full self-driving isn't engaged. And then I just pulled down one pull and it re-engaged. And basically from here on out, we have no other issues to our location. So if you guys would, feel free to like and subscribe to this. It always helps out. I'm going to continue to make more content. The plan is to go down into our cities, not on the highway, and to actually drive through the cities and see how it handles. The only issue is our cities are pretty small, like Minneapolis, St. Paul. Those things are they're like a quarter compared to your New Yorks, your Tampa Bay, Floridas, your Hollywood, your East West Coast cities. Like we're a flyby state for a reason. Our cities are very small, and so it's hard to do that type of city driving through downtown. The downtowns just aren't that big. The other thing is I can do suburban driving and city driving streets all day long, but it handles that pretty well. So again, thank you guys for watching. I hope you have a good one. Peace.